you gonna fix my socket?
I will. There's 0 people in.
Right?
No!
Oh, I cannot lose this cable in my car. No one take my seat. I like how always because you said on watch it, you walk away.
I'll show you after this. Oh, you want to scoot over? Marco will be in the middle. They're like high quality loading screens. Oh my god. Yo, help me. Oh, I'm coming.
Do you think this is working?
Holy fuck.
Oh, man, God, like that's the whole time. Why does Palace Park coated up so well? They literally painted it in the garage.
Honestly, over the
Oh, really?
Can you see yourself?
Yeah, I can see the reflection. Yo, look at this bike. It looks so much better already.
Steven, that's not how the turbos go, man. What?
You gonna be ready to
What do you mean, what? What is it gonna do? They gotta stand up like this. Why? Because that they
¿Por
gotta,
qué, señor?
they gotta look pretty. Oh my god. Plus, they take less space. Excuse me.
Alright, Marco, you ready?
No.
Too bad.
Well, you
gotta
got
be ready.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Alright.
1.
Turn the music down. So loud.
Alright, hello. That was our high quality loading screen that we decided to make about 2 minutes before.
You
I
literally
made
drew that.
I made it. But it was good. It was a good Monday Night Live thing.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
And
bad.
it stopped the music. That was very professional.
That was good.
Welcome back to Minimum Driftcast. Okay. We cleaned up the shop. We cleaned up the shop.
Just for this.
Just no.
As in, I did everything.
Yeah.
Yep, Steven did that.
All right. So I have no idea how it looks.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It looks fine. It looks fine.
The question is, will they be able to hear us this far away?
I don't know. Ask the chat.
Can you hear
No,
us
it
well?
sounds fine. Keep talking. I can. What's up?
Well,
Yeah, yeah,
everyone
you
can.
hear us, you can hear us.
Alright, hold on, ready?
Hello.
Well, everyone's gonna be able to hear you.
Okay.
from my
I know everyone can hear me. I was just testing.
Our panel is getting bigger and bigger. We need like different cut shots.
Yo, what if I hit the camera with this nut?
Do it. Hold-
Break
break
your
your
own
own
phone.
phone.
Break
Got
your
it,
own
got it,
phone.
got it. Oh! All right.
Well, it's cracked.
It's alright. Alright, so welcome back to Monday nights. Unfortunately, this is the peak of Mondays.
This is what makes my Monday, really.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, I've had the worst start to my Monday.
Why?
Okay, so first of all, I took Friday off, and when I took Friday off, I set my alarm for like later in the afternoon, and I was like, okay, so I slept in. So then when Monday came along, my weekday alarm was set for later in the afternoon. So I woke up an hour late for work, And then when I was like, oh no, oh crap. So I got in my car to go to work. Battery was dead in the BRZ. So I basically drifted a U-turn in the backyard in the 350Z to get the jumper cables aligned, or the batteries aligned, and I jumped my car and made it to work an hour late. I also had like no gas in the car, so that was my start to my beautiful Monday.
Mine wasn't bad. I stayed home yesterday and I relaxed, and then I just woke up early, walked the dogs, got to work.
Weren't we supposed to go do tires?
Yesterday, correct. And I'm glad we didn't, but I mean, if we had to, I would have done it. But.
So what we have to do, we have to go through all, like, these are actually good tires, but we have probably
Those are good.
Oh, hold on.
some.
Some are good.
The video is frozen. Camera's frozen. You might want to go check that.
Low power mode.
Why are we not charging?
Hello, we're back.
How can we charge it here before we charge it?
Do you guys not have a portable charger?
No.
Why don't we migrate that way and put it on that side?
We'll plug it in. Alright.
Plug it in, plug it in. We have an extension.
We are non-stop prepared for these.
All right, it's working.
Smartphone's hot garbage, that's why.
It works sometimes.
You were like, I'm at 40%. It'll be fine.
Now it's at 20.
2 minutes later, drops 20% battery.
How do I know if it's charging?
It should have the little
Literally
lightning bolt.
says it's charging.
No, but everything. All right, never mind. I hope it's charging, guys.
That's
Is
Alright.
that plugged in?
It's plugged in.
Okay.
Alright, so anyway, with all these tires, when we each go through, so I go through probably 4 tires an event. And every event, we don't have a tire shop to throw them out because they charge. So they accumulate in
our backyard.
our backyard. So we probably have about 30 tires, 30 to 40 tires, I would say, in our backyard. And then maybe once every couple months, we load them up in the truck, like as high as we can, most we can stack in the truck. Then we drive it to the county dump, and they weigh our truck. We dump all the tires, and they weigh it again, and they charge us per pound of tires. So I think
It looks like $1 a tire.
it ends up being about $1 a tire to dump, but I think it's about $100 per ton. So each tire is what, maybe 20 pounds ish,
Depends. But
15, 20 pounds, depending on how much we use. So
Ones we just found yesterday.
yeah, that's probably an overestimate, but yeah, it ends up being about $50 a tire.
I found another bolt on the
$50
track.
a tire. $50 a load.
Ah, you missed.
Yeah, so $50 a load for ours because we can do about 50 tires in my truck. If we go with the trailer, we can probably fit a lot more, but I don't know. It's fun. Unless you want to come, if you want free tires that are completely dead and useless, feel free to take all of them. I'll legit pay you. I'll pay you $1 a
What
tire.
Matt doesn't realize is he just said he goes through 4 tires at an event. Now he just got an LS350Z. So he's going to go through like 16 tires at an event. Wow.
I went through less tire on the LS car than I did on the blue 350Z last event on Saturday.
Yes, but
You also
that
drove
LS
that.
car is in the wrong suspension. We have not set it up right yet. But when it's in the right suspension, it's going to be worse. Plus, did you see how much smoke you were doing?
It was fun. It was good. I was smoking a lot.
More smoke means more rubber disappearing.
But not gonna lie, the Kendas lasted forever. What I do want to try is the Bolino tires. The Bolino tires that Adam runs on his. He's been running those on his S15 on the oval, and he's been getting like 4 to 5 laps on the oval, on like an FD car. Divin, I don't think he's giving it as much throttle as like a qualifying run would, but still that is a lot of tire, especially for a 265.
Yep.
So
So they're saying we barely hear you, but I don't know. I pull it up on my phone. I can hear us just fine. You might want to just turn up your volume if possible.
he's sassy. Let me hear.
Direct.
Hello. All right. What else you got?
Hello.
Alright, so if you have any questions, ask now because we tend to get on a tangent. Okay, I'm sorry.
Matt.
I tend to get on a tangent and go off talking. I don't know if that's something you guys enjoy listening to, just us just kind of like going off. Like one question, this leads into story time. or if you just want to hear question, answer, next. Personally, I like talking. If you have not
We know.
noticed.
So, this past week, I recorded a lot of videos I still have to edit and put together, but basically, finished my Z, got some new parts on it from Bell Raceworks, it's amazing, you need to go check them out, and the videos are going to be up throughout this week. I know Matt also, and Wang, also finished a video. When is that going to be up?
It's not finished.
Well, they're
I'm
working
halfway.
on a video that is going to be up
Probably next week.
next week, so this week coming up, you mean?
It's all in Wayne, really. I'm saying next
No
week. I'm
pressure.
saying next week as in like next Monday at the earliest. So I'm giving you a week, boy.
Come on, your slave? Y'all heard it first.
Slave. But yeah, we're working on trying to get as much footage out there as possible. But with working on all these cars, like we had the deadline to finish by Saturday because we were both gonna drive and test the cars out, and that's really hard. We've been here after work, like till 1 in the morning, and then we go home, we go to work, our 8-hour shift, and then from there we come back here, and it's crazy. It's pretty intense. And then for me, it's hard to shoot footage and make sure the car gets done. So, I mean, you'll see the videos and you'll let me know, but I just know that I'm trying, and I know Matt's trying too on his end with this car. So,
This car, it's like you see the amount of work and you're like, okay, this will probably take like an afternoon's worth of work. You're like, okay, I can come here and then do this and I'll be finished by the end of the night. And then the end of the night happens and you're like a third of the way done. And
it's
it just,
mainly because you're doing it right too. Like
Yeah.
you think about it, you're like, I'll just plug this here, and then you're like, wait, but I have to cutter, splice it, solder it, heat shrink it, and that's just one wire. So now I gotta do 10 more.
And it will come back around.
Yeah,
when you're that fast.
it really sucks. And then you
Yes,
gotta
it came
tuck the
back.
wiring into the right places and make sure it's the right length. All this little details to make sure that it not only looks good, but it's gonna function well. It's where the time, you know, you gotta think about it. You can't just do it.
like my car, so this past weekend I drove the V8 car. I had one failure on the car, and that was something that I didn't even look at or touch, but where the master cylinder for the clutch was, there's a rod that comes out, and on that rod there's a piece. It's like a V-looking piece that connects up to your clutch pedal. That V piece completely broke on the clutch pedal, so I had no more clutch on the car. So how I had to pull the car up on the trailer was, I had to start the car in gear using the starter, idle it around, then turn around, and then line it up, and then push the car onto the trailer. So
So aren't you glad there's a bunch of people here today to help you push it into the shop?
I'm gonna start it with the starter, and I'm gonna drive it right in, and then kill it once we get into the shop. We're not gonna push it.
Don't hate my toolbox.
I'm probably gonna hit your toolbox.
Don't. I'm gonna put
Well,
Chad's box.
the thing is, no, my brakes still work, and like it'll stall the car out. Like that's the thing. What I was doing is I was just turning off the ignition, and letting it idle down.
Okay.
Or I can pull it out of gear. You know, it's once I'm in. I think once I pull it into the shop on the flat, I'll pull it out of gear, and
Yeah,
then we can push it around and stuff. It's just getting it around.
What do you think your next step for that car is? What do you think? Because he hasn't even told me, so I don't know.
Next step, I don't know. I was thinking about that today because I was like, okay, I forgot that we were gonna do this tonight. No, I was thinking we're gonna go back here tonight and then we're gonna do this. So I'll probably just unload from this weekend, and I'll hate myself for like not getting work done on the car and stuff. But should I tell them what I'm doing for cooling? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I was talking with Mishimoto, and we were discussing like what we can do because the radiator that I have on the car is like it's cracked, it's dented. There's a JB welded the hole shut. It cools well, but I'm worried about reliability on that thing. I just worried it's gonna leak, it's gonna get air bubbles, it's gonna overheat, something like that. So I wanted to replace the entire cooling system on it. So I was talking with Mishimoto, and we were discussing cooling options, and I said, hey, like what fits in the front of this? It's an LS swap. It's like tube front, bashed by like half tube front, I guess you could say, but it's just there's no core support or anything. I said, it's kind of difficult to get something that fits in there nicely and cools well. So in the end, I decided I'm gonna go with the rear mount radiator setup, and
In the end, it doesn't even matter. No.
So, the good thing about the motor is the water pump is already set up for AM lines. So that means I can just make some longer N lines to run to the back of the car. And actually the guy before me, I don't know if he did have it set up for rear mount radiator, or if he just started to run lines for it and never did. But I'm going to set up for rear mount radiator. Mishimoto is helping me out a lot, so we're doing Mishimoto everything. So oil cooler, power steering cooler, radiator for the rear, all the fans, everything. They're going to hook it up. We're going to do rear mount. My goal is, this is a huge goal. I don't think it's going to happen at all, but we have that spring break bash the 23rd, 24th of March.
That's a month from now.
It's a month from now. I want to pull the motor, put a built head on it, and do the rear mount radiator.
Okay. Well, the rear mount stuff I've never done, so I have no idea how that's gonna work.
Okay, how I see it is, it's like kind of getting it, lining it up, and being like, okay, this is where we go. Because all I have to do is, right now I have to move the fuel cell forward. Most people move it back and down, but how my tube rear is set up, there's not enough room. So I got to move it forward, make a new bracket for it, and then I'll do the radiator behind that, and then cut some cooling holes in the trunk and everything, and then run all the lines in the back. The good thing about LS motors is the stock water pump can handle the amount of fluid flow needed for a rear mount setup. So I think it's like 55 gallons per minute. I think that's right.
I wouldn't know.
I think, yeah, 55
Sounds like
gallons
a
per
lot.
minute, gallons per hour, gallons per minute. It's something around there. I believe so. Don't quote me on it. But from doing research and everything, LS motors can handle a rear mount setup without needing an external pump. I'm sure if I like up the power and everything and get it to like a crazier setup, I would add an extra pump for redundancy and help it out. But for the setup I'm doing, I think it'll be fine. And what I'm going to do is every single thing for the front mount setup, I'm going to keep all the lines, everything. So if I have any sort of issues where rear mount is just not working and I just need something to go, I can bolt on the setup that I have now and run it as is. Where it'll have the extra stuff in the car, and that's why I'm like kind of okay with it, because I can do a rear mount setup while the car is still running. Like I can leave the front mount all set up while I do all the fab work in the rear. Once it's ready to go, I just swap the lines for the water to go to the rear instead of the front, and it's ready to go.
Why don't we just have two radiators? It just makes more sense.
That's a lot of weight. I mean, it would be stupid cool, but I mean, cool.
That would be a lot of work.
That's a lot of water.
Cool as in temperature.
Yeah, cool as in temperature. I don't know about cool as in cool aspect.
I wonder how many gallons that would be.
I don't know.
Too many.
Couple
At
gallons.
least-
I mean,
at
in a
least
gallon of water is
You
like
could probably run it
7 to
without
8 pounds.
Yeah, you probably could.
There's so
Yeah, a
much
gallon of water
water.
is 7 to 8 pounds. I would guess it'd be like 10 gallons of water between the two of those. That's like an extra like
That's a lot of
70 pounds, 70, 80 pounds,
So
just
like
in
a weight.
water. Not including, not including. It'd probably be an extra 100 something pounds in weight just in
You
cooling.
might as well just have me wave the fan down.
I don't know. He's got a lot of work to do. From the engine aspect, I think we'll be fine. You're talking about buying a bill head, so that's easy.
Yeah,
Remove, plug in, push rods, rockers, done.
Yeah. So the head I'm looking at, it's a ported LS3 head. Already has valves, springs, retainers, like so high lift springs, dual springs.
For what lifts?
6. I think they support up to 680 lift. I believe what it was, and I'm gonna go with like around a 650 lift. So it's already set up with that, dual springs, valves in it, already built. So then I would just put rockers on, push rods, put it on, do all the gaskets, probably do like head studs,
It's all easy.
all that stuff. And from doing my research, I've never done it, but doing my research, I feel like we could get it done if we really put our mind to
here's
it in
the
a couple days.
If the head is fine and we don't have to take it to a machine shop, it's a day. But if like I literally took my LS out, sent the heads to the machine shop, luckily got them back. I sent them to Alberto, he's got contacts, got them back like the next day, and I was able to rebuild my motor and put the heads back in and everything in like 3 days. And I was driving Friday. So it's not hard. Taking out stuff and putting them in LS is like Legos, and it all clicks in. It's like No issues. The only thing that I have an issue with is an old motor, so I don't know, you know, if we break a stud somewhere in the block and we have to now drill that out and
Yeah.
things like that. That's where things become an issue with an old motor, you know, something you haven't opened and gone through yourself. But I don't know. I think we'll be fine. The rear radiator is definitely more scary.
Yeah. It's good because it's an adventure for both of us. Because you've pulled motors before. I've never pulled a motor. And you've done all that building stuff. But I think the rear mount setup, both of us kind of like, we're getting okay at welding in like the fabrication. To get something in, like it's not, so think about it. We have okay welds. They're not the best. We're not obviously welding a cage, and it's not a super like, we're not gonna lift the car up with the radiator. If we have some gummy welds to make a radiator support, as long as the geometry is correct, what are we gonna do?
Okay.
I mean, think about it that way. Like it's like this is our project. This is our learning like car.
I
Like,
agree
we're
with
building.
you, and I'm excited for it. I mean,
It's like I would
I
much
still-
rather have like
I
a
want-
crappy weld and know like I put that whole thing
I
together.
want the car to be tip-top shape for Pro-Am, so
Right.
it's all good there. But and then on top of that, you gotta keep testing it. You gotta keep driving. You gotta get used to it. You gotta,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean the car felt for how it was set up. So I didn't touch the alignment. So what it was like
You didn't do the alignment of the truck?
no, it was like an inch toe out in the front, which wasn't bad. I mean it was very touching and
impressive.
steering. It was very impressive, yes. In the rear, I didn't even look at what the rear suspension or geometry was. It was
Yeah.
It was probably like toe in, toe out. Definitely on the camber on the right side, it was like positive 1 to 2 degrees. It was ridiculous.
It was horrible. Anyways, first question.
Alright.
Rec Cheddars, why are 350Zs better than V35s and 370Zs as starter cars?
Ooh, I don't know if any of us have ever said that they are better.
I don't know. I think the weight is more on the G35 except for certain models. Like there's one model, the G35, where it's actually lighter than
The
350Z.
sedan, but I will say the
Only certain years
sedan
sedans.
base model, yeah. But that I will say though, the G35 has a way longer wheelbase. Both coupe and sedan have way longer wheelbase than that. That is the 350Z has a, don't quote me on this, but you can probably Google it somebody right now. It's like 104, and the sedan it's like 112 or 111.
That's pretty long.
So it's a boat.
And that translates into slower transitions on the G35.
Longer transition.
Like slow, like that's what I mean,
Longer
slower,
makes it
longer
slower.
transitions where the 350Z is kind of a little bit snappier, and I feel like there's more aftermarket support for like body kits, stuff like that for 350Zs.
It's about the same, I'd say.
No, I've noticed people looking for like different size rear like over fenders and stuff for G35s. They just can't find the aftermarket support. Yeah.
Well, and then the 370 obviously has a better motor, but we don't know the weight. And then on top of all that, cost comes into effect with, you know, for example, I drove my car this Saturday. Someone hit me on the right side passenger, and the fender got dented. I don't care. I just popped it back together. But if you're gonna do that to your car, now replacing a fender for a 370 is probably gonna be like minimum $300. I don't even know if I own one. It's probably
Probably care
more
more
than that.
about that car.
Probably $600. Yeah, but a 350Z you can find a brand new good fender. You can buy a brand new one for $100, or you can find a good fender. The Z plug, I don't know how much he sells them for, but it's under $100.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. Cost comes into effect when it comes to all
I
that.
think the
350Zs are
370 is,
becoming the cheapest working your car. Like you don't have to engine swap it to go out there and drive it with 265s, and it has a good amount of grip depending on the track. If it's a slower paced track, which most tracks are for drifting, you can keep up with LS cars and 5.0 cars and then, you know, JZs and all this stuff.
Yeah, I think I heard that the 370s run a little bit hot too. Factory radiator is pretty capped out and stuff.
So the big
Track
block,
usage
big
and
block.
stuff like that, you do have to upgrade the radiator, is what I've heard.
Is the
I
block
don't
the
have
same and it's
experience.
just bored, or is it a different block completely?
That's a good question. I don't know much about it.
Same.
I mean, considering it has a totally different.
Did anybody
engine
Google the
code, I
wheelbase?
imagine it's
Google the
different.
wheelbase?
What's that?
You have another question?
Yep. Ryan Tebow, Marco, what do you do at BC? Might be a repetitive question. And also, Matt, are you an engineer? He has like 4 questions though, so
Mhm.
like.
I-
we'll go with
Quickly, we'll run through it.
I work in BC in the warehouse. I am a lead there, and I basically ship out kits, and I receive containers, and I organize and do inventory basically. And I do returns department.
So yes, I am an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer at a place called Ferro Technologies. We make 3D laser scanners, devices, and high accuracy measurement systems. And yeah, if you
I was right about the wheelbase. 104 for the Z and 112 for the G35.
Nice.
all right,
pretty
next
happy
question.
Bunch of us from Melbourne wants to rent out OSW. Do you think it's worth it or just wait for events and stay at the compound?
No compounds, do both. I think you should rent it if you can. So you could get your own time with the track, and you could set up your own course, and you could take your time learning if you're learning. But also you need to go to events because people like us will be there, and you can ask us questions and we can help you.
I would say if you've never been to any sort of event at OSW whatsoever,
Do not.
I
rent
would
it
say go to an event first,
yeah.
at least a couple times to get an idea of what like a layout, like what a good layout is, how the track is ran, like how
What about a learner's
how the
day?
whole like yes, definitely
Learner's Day is perfect.
Learner's
They're
Day is very good because we come out there, we instruct, we help out, you get a sense of the layout, you get a sense of how to drift, the do's and don'ts, and then if you're really like wanting more seat time, that's the thing. If you want more seat time beyond events, or like if you're not getting enough seat time per the events, you rent out the track in between events to get even more seat
Yeah.
time.
Me and Matt actually we teach every now and then at the learners events, and Steven at the learners event. So, you want us to help you? Go sign up for a learners event. It's a 12-hour event. So you go there for the first 6 hours. We are there. We get in your car and we guide you to get stuff down, to get transitions and speed and throttle control and all that stuff. Actually, Megan, my girlfriend, is going to learn drifting at a learners event, and not only am I going to teach her, but all of them are too. So that's how it goes. We can rent the track and I can teach her on a private day, but I know it's better in the learner's day.
I think the learner stage are more cost effective for that option too, especially to have someone come out and take their day to help you. That's not necessarily something they might want to do for free at a private day, but the learner stage is worth it for everyone.
Yeah.
Really loud motorcycle. What's the next question? I can still hear it just
telling Bella in the way.
Alright,
Alright.
next question.
Will you guys get a bigger shop if YouTube takes off for everyone, or a regular daytime job won't allow full attention to YouTube like others?
So I would love a bigger shop, even now.
Yeah.
This like maybe like if we didn't have this office that we have here, if we had that as shop floor space,
It'd be perfect.
I think it'd be perfect for us. But definitely like if we had enough room to fit 3 cars comfortably, like one in a lift, like one lift and 2 park, I think that would be ideal.
I agree.
Now that I have 2 drift cars, you have 2 drift cars, one of us can take turns like leaving one at home. Like I leave one at home right now. He leaves one at home right now. It just more space is better, especially for like parking stuff. And right now, like YouTube for me, like isn't a priority. Like, I mean, you help out a lot. I can't even say that like it's me doing. It's like it's him doing a lot. Like a lot. He films, he edits for me. Like if I wouldn't have a YouTube if it wasn't for him helping me out. And he was the main reason where he was like, I want to make edits for you. And I said, okay, like I've been saying I want to do YouTube forever, but I just didn't have the time, I didn't have the drive, and he was able to help out. Where Marco, you've been doing it for a while, and I think where would you be if yours took off? What would you do?
I mean, I've already said this multiple times. If it can pay me more than what I'm getting paid in a full time, I would take YouTube into a full time, and I would for sure expand into a shop and obviously bring you guys content like I do already with Steven's S14 and things like that. Like if Hasn't wanted to bring his E36 in here, we were gonna put a rear bumper in it, then I would be, more than willing to record that for you guys and show you making a rear bash bar since he doesn't have one anymore and things like that. So I don't know. Yes, for sure I would do it.
See, my main thing with YouTube is I don't want to do it to make YouTube a job. I want to do it. I want to do it because like I enjoy like what you're seeing is like how I enjoy watching videos. Like yes, Wang edits the videos and stuff, and I'll give him input. Like I'll be like, this is a style I like. This is what I want to see more of. This is what I, like. This is how we want to do things. And I do want to start. Like I haven't done any sort of vlog stuff, but I do want to start doing, showing more like behind the scenes of what we do and stuff. Like you have your whole side of it, and I'm like really happy that you can like showcase what I'm doing in the car. But I feel like there's a lot that I'm not showing, and even just small stuff that I do on the side, like work related stuff and stuff like that.
Of course. I will say, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Nailed it.
Alright, what else you got?
Quincy.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I remembered. It's back. I will say that I think Taylor hit us up to get a bigger shop too. So that is a possibility. That might happen even with us working full-time jobs. We might have a bigger shop, and Taylor might come to the mix. So
Yeah.
stay tuned
But
for
you have to understand that when we work full time, so I wake up, I go to work. I work all day, get off at 5, I drive straight from work to here. Today I actually drove home just so I could eat and pick up my car. I drive straight here and we work till midnight, and then I go straight home, I go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing the next day. You go home, you edit, you do your stuff. So like, we literally have 0 time for any other activity. So like getting editing in, like I can't do the editing on top of that.
It's being really hard. I mean, I've told you guys. I'll like. Luckily, I'm lucky that my job. You go in at like 7, I think, or something like that, right?
I go in later than that. I'll go in
My
like
job, I
8:30,
have to
yeah.
be there at 9:30. So I'm lucky that my job is like that. It's not like an early job, so I get to work and edit till like 2, 3 in the morning, and then I have to be in bed by 3 so I can function the next day. So
Yeah, my thing's like I've been here at the shop and like I've had stuff to do, and I'll tell Margaret, I'll be like, yo, I gotta go home like at like 11 tonight because like I gotta go to bed.
I'm so behind on so much anime. I am so mad. I really am. You're gonna say something else.
That is the most weeaboo thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love
What is that?
anime. I'm behind on One Piece. I'm behind on what's that new the Wonderland or Neverland? Something Neverland. I forgot. I'm watching it. It's cool. I'm behind on that.
Alice's Adventures.
No, that's not it.
Wait, have you watched
I'm behind on
Dragon Ball
Black
Super?
Clover. What?
Dragon Ball Super?
I haven't watched Dragon Ball
At
Super.
all?
There's too many episodes. I'm
It's
trying
so
to catch up with One
good.
Piece.
No, no.
I can catch up with One Piece and Super.
Wait, you're yelling at me about the number of
I
episodes
want to
Dragon Ball
watch Super. I do, but that is so
Super has less
dragged
than-
out.
That's dragged out than One Piece.
Next question.
It's crazy.
You guys can take this argument up later.
Hey, this is interesting now.
Go on, next question.
Knobmeister. First he said a comment about us naming this a podcast instead, since this is seemingly what all we do at the moment, which I did inform him that we want to do other things, just haven't gotten ideas yet. So
What's the
still trying to
difference
figure that
between a live stream and a podcast?
Podcasts are just sitting around and talking, essentially.
That's what we're doing. This is a podcast. Alright.
Okay.
Well, what's a live stream would just be
Doing other things, like other things. Podcasts, you're literally only talking about topics.
My original idea was a live stream where we're gonna do like
Monday Night Pod.
we were gonna do minimum drip.
No, that's like, yeah, well, we all, if you haven't listened to it, there's a
You need
podcast. There's a it's a really great podcast. It's called Maximum Driftcast. And it's these 3 guys, and they're like very into the whole drifting community as far as the FD aspect, like the Formula Drift aspect of it. They
Oh,
talk to
yeah,
all
I
the
forgot.
pros and everything.
They
Like
bring him into the podcast.
yeah, they bring them into the
talk to
podcast. They'll Skype them in.
him.
and
Adam
have
was
them
in it too.
Yeah, like if you really want to know to get like all the pro drivers and everything like behind the scenes, it's kind of like how this is, but with the FD pros, and like it's a great podcast. I listen to it at work almost every single day. It's just good to listen. You get to hear like personal side of every single one of the drivers where they get asked random dumb questions.
We wanted to do something. I wanted to do something like a live stream where yes, we would get asked questions from you guys and we can answer them. But I also wanted to do challenges like I've already said this, but we haven't been able to do it because we can't just bring all the cars here to do it. It's hard to set up, when it's after work at this time. But we're trying to do like how many tires can you fit in your daily, or how many, you know, like today I was gonna try to see which of us can make it into the trash can that we just built. What was it? The trash can Olympics?
Yeah, trash
Yeah,
can.
we're gonna, maybe we could try to do that. I don't know, we'll see.
But they're maximum driftcast, we're minimum driftcast.
So I accidentally skipped Quincy LA's question because I got interrupted by anime.
My bad.
Okay.
That's our neighbor. That's Motorcycle Next Door. MRD.
RND.
Yeah, it's Rave Next Door and Motorcycle.
Two bikes?
What?
He's got 2 bikes?
I don't know.
Then his bike's parked outside.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah. So does the other guy drift? I'm assuming you mean Christian, which is
These two are the only ones who don't drift right now. So this is
We're working
Christian, aka Chad. He's the most Chad-like in our group. And then we have Wang, who edits, and we've been telling him to weld the diff in his BMW.
No! I haven't been saying
We've
that.
been telling him.
I want Wayne to drive the Z, but we need to get him to a a learner's event. So because the Z doesn't have a cage, so that's
Yeah.
it's coming. It's coming.
I would love for all of us to start drifting, or like to be drifting, but it is not only addicting, but it is expensive
Time consuming.
and time consuming.
I just wanna. I would like to put my 2 cents on that though. Like I would want to drift. That's again, but I agree with Matt. Like it's expensive, and plus I like sort of like circuit racing, time attack a lot more. So like I sort of want to buy a car for that.
I think that would be fun. I think it would be fun if they got into different motorsports, so we could go support them at their motorsport event, and then.
But here's what's gonna happen, right? They're not gonna have any times they're working on their cars for their motorsport, so we're not gonna have any times we're working on our cars and our motorsport, so we're not gonna see each other anymore.
What are you talking about? I would just get a shop with you guys, so we would see each other.
Boom!
Pass me a wrench.
Oh,
That's what it's gonna be like. Pass me a wrench. I feel you. All right. I like it. Bigger shop.
Yep. All right. We have Decal 4407.
Think you can hit the phone?
Is a retune necessary after test pipes on a Z?
You guys suck.
I actually, so
Pretty sure I can
my
use the
Z, I would recommend getting retuned. You will, I think some test pipes will have a O2 sensor like kind of bung extension, so you won't get a check engine light code.
A what?
O2 sensor bung extension.
Okay. All right.
That's what they're called. So I think you can buy them too, but
It's called a decal.
my Z, my blue Z, is still stock factory tuned, and I have plenum spacer, test pipes, nitrous.
No, but you have it's a wet nitrous kit.
It's a wet nitrous kit, but still, it is completely stock tuned. It still shoots flames like not on nitrous.
Something wrong.
But normally, like, so what happens sometimes is you'll lean out. You'll most likely get a check engine light, and it'll probably be like O2 sensors, like.
Check your oil. That's all there is.
Yeah. Just make sure you're checking your oil, air fuel ratio if you can. But
I think that's
most test pipes are made to just bolt on and go. If not, you can definitely look into like O2 bung extensions or spacers. So it adds a little extra space
What was
in
the question again?
the test pipes for retuning.
What about that?
Well, ECUs
Is
kind
it
of
a retune?
required. ECUs are smart enough that they kind of learn too. So
Is
if your
it-
fuel
wait,
trims are off or it's doing something weird, the ECU will
Yeah,
adjust.
I was
Yes.
gonna say.
You
But
just
I
won't be
will say that-
maximizing performance.
Well, but ECU adjusts usually, especially for stock manufacturers, the ECU will adjust about 85%. It won't do a full 100% adjustment. But also, I will say, especially when it comes to cats like that, deleting your O2 sensor, if it's a daily, okay, maybe, but if it's not, O2 sensors are mainly used under 3,000 RPM for idle and cruising. So anything above 3,000 RPM, no O2 sensors on a closed table instead of open. So who cares? Next.
Nicholas, I know you guys are busy working on cars and events can be a little hectic to meet people, but have you guys considered doing a car show combined with a fan meet and greet at a place like Ace or other venues?
I have. We've done it. At Ace.
So actually,
International Drift Car
actually this week I was talking to Spectra Racing. I don't know. I can ask them and see if they'd be down. Maybe they're listening. But they wanted me to come out and do a be at the Ace Cafe on, let me get this, March 9th. They wanted me to come out and hang out, so it'll be that night. But yeah, definitely we're down. There's another car show at Boardwalk Bowl. I need to contact them back. I think it was mid-April, but mainly it's getting our schedules all together. Because I've been saying, like, people ask me, can you come to this meet? I said I gotta check schedule. Like, I have so much going on, so much booked. I don't even know where I am half the time.
But I have a page called the International Drift Cartel, and we've done. This is the second time I did it this year. In the beginning of January, on the first week of January, we do an event at Ace Cafe. It was pretty big. I made a video about it, and I'm actually thinking about doing it again in the summer time around there. So maybe June, July, September. I don't know. And then like mid-year, and then again in January. But it's an annual thing. It might become, what is that,
Semi-annual.
Why?
But like if we do at least something like where it's like a bigger car show, we'll definitely advertise it beforehand. Like, hey, this is where we're gonna be. This is what we're gonna be doing.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter,
Yep.
Snapchat. Go follow those.
Just don't let Marco give you directions anywhere.
Yeah, Marco sent us to the wrong place.
We
were
drove an
across town.
hour.
I
Out of
said
the way.
BBs and they heard Chi-Chis. I don't even. Whatever.
Alright, Arthur Raber. If the 350Z didn't exist, or the 370Z for that matter, what would be the next go-to drift car? That also means that Matt's car wouldn't exist then.
Support SX.
That's Chelsea. I love
S
that.
chassis, or I feel like they're coming into play FRSs, like used, like clapped out FRSs. I feel like you can get for a decent steal now. They're going to be more than 350Zs, obviously. If it wasn't for the
Right.
350Z, your 240 is going to be your go-to since that. But it's so hard to just get like, I feel like a clean one.
Here's some cars, I will say, sorry. Here's some cars that people just overlook every time. Lexus IS 300.
300, yes, that's what I had.
Lexus SC 300.
Yep.
Yes.
I think
those are
it's
good
heavy.
cars.
Arthur
Arthur has one. But the best part about the Lexus SC 300 is they come with a 2J in, and you pull that, put a 1J BBTI, and the wiring, it's for a right-hand drive. You just extend it, and it all works. It plugs right in. You need to just do it. So that's amazing. Overlooked. Arthur drove one this past weekend. He does great. It's a different engine, but the chassis works. But Miatas get overlooked a lot. They're small wheelbase. There's definitely a little bit more flickery or whatever.
No, I
But
feel like Mustangs get over.
if you're not gonna be,
I think Mustangs are.
the problem with Mustangs is what is that? They're
Wide axle.
they're solid axle in the rear, or whatever that's called. Not independent rear suspension.
Yeah.
And they have this thing called a panhard bar or something like that. It basically attaches from the frame to that solid axle, and when you go through squat motion, the bar is like this, and it turns into this, which makes a lateral, horizontal movement. So basically, your wheels actually do this when you compress. They go like that, and that is bad for grip in that direction. Or you lose grip, so it sucks. So Mustangs, any of those solid axle cars, they work and they'll be fun, but they're definitely not ideal. But there's so many cars. Who just Lone Star, right? Made a write up or something.
Yeah,
about,
Lone Star Drift made a video on like ideal first starter cars. A lot of them like E36 BMW, E36, E46.
I don't like BMWs,
E90s.
but I do like those two chassis, and they actually work well. And they have a lot of background with drifting already. There's because in Europe they develop it a lot. And Europe drifting is growing so fast we don't even see it, but it's huge. And there's so many things for an E36 for drifting already, and it's the more there is, the cheaper it becomes too.
Adam drifts an E36.
I love it.
He tries to.
It's fun.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, we continuing to another question?
Yeah,
Or can I
yeah.
finish something on that? I was gonna say, I think the 350Z is the go-to drift car because of how cheap they are right now.
But the
Honestly.
question
it's
was,
cost
what isn't like
Yeah,
if
other
the
cars.
350Z doesn't exist?
Right, but I'm saying like that's the primary
yeah,
reason
yeah,
why that's the
yeah.
go-to one.
It's
right?
cheap. Like
So,
personally, I don't necessarily like they don't look bad, but it's not my like go-to car. Like I'm still not like, oh my god, like if I see another 350Z, I'm like, Like, I'm not like, oh my god, there's my like favorite car that I own 2 of. It's like, eh. So, they just work though. Like, they work. I know everything about them, so that's why I'm drawn to them. Like, even when I first started drifting, I wanted a 240, and Adam and Taylor were both like, dude, just get a 350Z. They told TJ Hunt the same thing, dude, just get a 350Z, because they just work. You get seat time. Then again, he just went through a 2J in it, but I drove mine. It is still on the motor that I got with it and transmission that I got with it. Given the transmission is like
On its
dead.
way.
Like, first and second gear are the things I use most, but they're good. Third gear, it
Dude,
grinds every single time. Fourth gear?
I found out second gear, that is bad.
Fourth gear's like pretty bad. Fifth gear's like sixth gear, like who uses that anyway?
Next
but
question,
yeah,
next question.
yeah. So
okay, Dennis Ellsworth. When and where can I purchase the minimum Driftcast stickers?
That's
okay.
We're actually working on merchandise.
So we've been talking about like doing like sort of like merchandise and just like kind of like fun shirts, like just in general like fun shirts, stickers, like kind of just things that appeal to us.
Like
that,
sayings and
yeah, like
things. It wouldn't be like
things,
our faces on a shirt.
yeah, it's like things that like we like
We should do that.
as like a group and
Something
like
we'd wear.
something we would wear, and we'd be like, you know what, maybe you guys want to wear it too. But the thing is if you're a graphic designer or if you want to like come up with designs, DM us, like hit us up, and if you want to like work together on something, like we don't have any like my sister's a graphic designer, and I know she's like super busy with a bunch of stuff. She's always out doing stuff, so I feel like hitting her up for like everything and like, you know, would be difficult, and you know, especially like having someone in the car scene or interested in what we're interested in would be beneficial, because you can understand more like what like you would come up with like your own ideas to incorporate ours. Like we give you an idea and you just run with it.
Yeah, you'd have some kind of artistic thing behind it. But I think the biggest issue is we don't know how to really get in contact. Well, not that we don't know how to get in contact, but how to work together with someone that will help us with the shirts, because we're so busy, like we were talking about. We can't just print our own shirts. You know, we need a company to do that for us.
My thing is we could obviously go out and hire any graphic designer to do this for us, but I would want someone that would almost like, they would be hyped to be doing like, to be working and doing this stuff. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh, okay, like here's your next project, do this for this person, this is your client. I want someone to be like, yo, I'm really hyped to like make this shirt, like I want to buy this shirt that I'm designing, like stuff like that. Someone that's like in the car community and
they're hyped with the stuff that we
yeah,
do.
like I want them to be just as excited about this shirt as we are when we see the design, that they would want to wear one. They would want to do that.
I'm a door banger.
Yeah.
And it's just like a house door. It's perfect.
But yeah, like if you know someone, or if you want to like help out with designs or stuff, like I'd be more than happy to work with anyone. You know, we don't have time to do that sort of
I have
stuff.
a solid idea for a shirt. I'm not gonna tell you yet.
We have ideas,
I
but
have a solid one.
it's just getting the ball rolling.
Alright,
So,
next.
go ahead.
Red Cheddars, he mentioned if y'all ever get mics, then it'll officially be a podcast. We should just be the not a podcast.
Yo, I'll get. How can we? Okay, you know what we should do? We should stop using a damn cell phone for the things. We'll hook up the laptop and we'll get a microphone. Oh yeah. The
Pinion gear from Miata.
Yeah. All right, pinion mic.
Is it working?
Is it working?
I think the Bluetooth is off.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll try and get something together for next week. I'll Amazon. Send me some sweet Amazon mics for a while.
I actually know the mic you can use with the iPhone that actually works well.
I think if we do like 2 mics, we could.
Oh, you want like a legit mic? Like a hello?
Oh, that could stop us from talking over each other. Hardcore.
Why?
Because then Wayne can just be like,
Yeah, I would be the one. Like, I feel like I would be the one that set it up. So
like it just sounds
instead,
like
I would just be like,
I'm a crazy kid from
everyone would take the mic.
Michael Thornberry.
Oh,
That's Donnie, my son.
Next question.
Is this Knobmeister or Noobmeister?
Snoodmeister.
Noobmeister, alright. Any one of you guys consider flying to Norway and going to the Gatebill Festival?
Gapville.
Gapville,
I
there
would
we go.
love to go to Gapville. That is a dream
that
and
Viva?
part of my bucket list, and it will happen hopefully one day.
We're
Maybe things
We
happen.
were talking because we were watching a video on Gateville.
We should get Frederick Oswald. Hit us
Yeah.
up. Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
And we were also
guys,
talking
you
about-
come drive.
We were also talking about anyone who's gone to like Riga. Like we were looking at that and we're like, yo, it would be really fun to go over and do like the whole like Riga, like the whole drift competition, watch everything. I think that would be really cool.
I just think European drifting in general is
Yeah.
really taking off, and
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah.
really
It's
cool
like
to go
they
see.
have that like the stadium drifting, like just all that. I feel like it's so much more like hype. Where ours is like I feel like Formula Drift is like
Well, Formula Drift is more based on drifting. I
yeah,
would
Formula
say.
Drift is like competition, like it's like high,
Serious.
like it's like serious
It's focused
drifting.
on the competition.
Where
rather
like
than,
I feel like
fans.
over in Europe they have
They have
what's it called?
concerts. They have like
Yeah, it's a whole
Fire.
different
They
atmosphere.
have-
Their competitions are more like art grid like. It seems like.
yeah, it's
That
like it's
everything's
more
incorporated
it's like
in this
it's
big
like
event.
party.
there's
It's
like fire. Yeah, what is it when they go around the corner?
Fireworks and
It's like,
stuff.
Fireworks?
yeah, with fire.
What is it called?
No, it's like a flamethrower out the back of the corner. It's not fireworks. It's like a flamethrower.
it's fire.
Pyrotechnics.
It's like actual fire.
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, that's it.
But they do
That's
also
right.
have fireworks too, shooting off on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's like
It's a show.
Yeah.
they cater their competition to the fans, where Formula Drift is catered towards the competition. Is how I see it. Where like they'll have cameras and they'll have announcers and stuff about, but it's very focused on like doing the run.
We're getting way off task here. Look, yes, Europe is awesome. It's different, but will we go to Gapville? Yes, I want to go. I know you guys want to go.
Absolutely.
But just like Matt is saying, it was where I was going. Is it's a lot of money, and we're putting a lot of money into our drift cars so we can make content for you guys. And we're also trying to go to Japan, according to like what we saw
2020.
last week.
2020.
Yeah, Japan, 2020. Like we can't do
Change the
all of
date.
this. We can
No, we
dream
didn't.
about
Yes,
it.
we did.
We did not.
talked about this.
You
This
changed
will
the
happen.
date, and
No.
we all disagreed.
You can
No.
go a separate time.
See?
No, Matt even said, yeah, we're probably gonna have to change the date because of cost.
That's still
Yeah.
like 2 verse 10.
Because he's running Pro Am, and what if he wins, which he is, then he's going to go run Pro 2.
That's
Now
his
gonna
year
cost
off to
more
go to
money.
Japan.
And then he's going to Pro 1, and hopefully he'll win everything there, and
If
he'll
Matt
pay
wins
for all of our
Pro 1,
trips.
I'll pay.
Marco,
If you win, Matt, if you win Pro 1, I will pay for everything going to Japan for you.
For all of us.
Why? He won! He's going to have all the money and all the sponsors!
All right.
Listen,
That was reverse
listen, the
logic.
best way for this to go
That's the
anywhere
dumbest thing
is
I ever heard in my life.
you need to like all these videos and share it, maybe our content. Go watch Matt's videos. Make sure all this stuff pops up. If the content goes up, we can maybe do more stuff, right?
Buy our minimum driftcast sticker.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly. That's not even out yet.
In the future.
What time, Randy, what time is the drift event start on the 23rd of March? I have no idea.
You have it on your phone.
It's,
Pull it up.
okay, so
Friday
it's
evening.
Friday evening. So that's a weekend long
You
event.
have the schedule,
It
right?
usually starts Friday at 6 p.m. I think gates open at 5. Drifting starts at 6 p.m. And then
Hold on though. Is Friday gonna be no spectators like the other one?
It was never no spectators.
it's always spectators. Yep. So you can come Friday. You're wrong.
Okay.
So you can come Friday, hang out. It's that Friday is a slow day. Friday is like kind of like everyone's just there. No, like not everyone's there
From
yet.
6 to 12. right?
It's 6 to I think 11.
Yeah.
So it's not that much drifting. It's kind of like everyone's just
I
like
think we usually have like 2
rolling in.
sessions
Yeah,
to
you
kind
have
of get
2
the cars
sessions.
together.
And then Saturday everyone gets there. That's when everyone's there. And then
Drifting all day.
drifting all day. Saturday night,
Burnout.
we'll have
We drink.
well no, you not only have King of OSW competition, you have burnout contest, you have
What's
what
the
is it?
drinking competition?
There's a drinking competition. It's
top 16.
top
shots?
16 ounce.
Yeah.
Top 16 ounce drinking competition where anyone can come compete in that.
Oh, whoa, over 21.
Anyone can come and compete. and like it just if you show up at like like 8 o'clock Saturday night, if you're like there for the second half of the night, that's when like you get like drifting, partying, burnouts, everything that night, and then Sundays like everyone's kind of like hungover. You'll probably get the most wrecks on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. Bring the family Saturday morning, send them home by 6 p.m. and have fun.
Yeah. And
Or
then
keep them around.
You can camp.
Next question.
New Meister again. He said, I'll try to make some design tomorrow or this weekend. I'll DM either Matt or Marco on Insta when I have come up with a sample of something.
I wish I could do like a fire emoji with my hand. Fire.
Where's the torch?
Fire.
There's pretty much no more questions, so you can go on your little tangents now.
no, we just need like find one more, 2 more, Ragsy session.
Literally no questions.
What time is it?
It's 8:52.
8:52. We got 8 minutes.
We talked so much. That did not even feel like 50 minutes.
I know. I wish my day
That
went
did go
by this.
fast. Yeah, why does that work for by this fast?
So what's your plans for the Z? This
This thing?
so no, for this week. Just this week. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm hardwiring the fans so they work. And
Oh, here we go. Quick question.
fixing the motor mount.
Thoughts on Adam LZ's new Evo? What does everyone do for a living? Okay.
Okay, well, Adam's Evo. It's sweet. I haven't heard much about it. He's been super busy in Australia and doing fun stuff. He looks like he's having a rad time.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
The Evo's sweet. The
Yes.
Yes, no,
The
Yeah.
answer is yes.
it's out there.
Yeah. It's definitely sweet.
Yep.
What does everyone do for a living?
Same thing. Oh, what do you do for a living?
Well, we
So
already
I graduated UCF last December, and I'm currently looking for a job. If you know any jobs in the
In
finance
what?
industry,
There you go.
you know, hit me up. That'd be awesome.
Finance a company. You should finance
Finance
Drift
drift
Happy
house.
TV and
Yeah.
Mattress Ginge.
All right, BC,
BC Racing Warehouse.
mechanical engineer at Faro.
Yeah, I'm an engineering intern, Nova Technologies, and I go to UCF.
I'm an IT systems engineer for a consulting firm that just got acquired by another consulting firm. So, yay.
And editor of Mathogen's videos.
Wow.
I graduated from UCF this December as well. I'm looking for a job in mechanical engineering.
This is turning
Yo,
into like,
both our resumes.
we need jobs.
Links to the resumes will be in the description.
He was great interviewing.
That was straight interview face. That's awesome. You can totally do a phone interview for sure.
I have done a phone interview.
So someone's like, all right, like I have a couple questions. Be like, please see minimum drift cast.
At minute mark 52 point.
What's his other stuff? Don't worry about it. Just please don't listen to that.
Off topic.
Okay, so who's riding with me at the April 6th Learner's Day in my 350 so I can see how my sim paid off?
I will. Wait, April? Oh yeah, okay, that works out perfect because I'm actually going snowboarding this weekend, which like financially, now that I think about it, I'm like, why did I do that? Because I have to put money into the car, but I'm going. I haven't been snowboarding in 4 years?
Can I tell you something? It's a little secret. I've never seen snow.
What? We'll get a snow cone machine one day. We'll bring it. Anyway, so I'm going snowboarding, and the Learner's Day was supposed to be this weekend, this upcoming weekend, but it got moved because of another private day or something like that. So I'll actually be able to go and instruct, and almost every single time there is a Learner's Day, whether I drive after or not, I always try and go instruct because I enjoy, like, it's really fun to go out and help and like see everyone progress. Like throughout the day, when someone's like, I can't even drive a car, to the end of the day where they're like shredding the entire day. I love it. If you've driven a sim, like if you can go on a sim and you can like tandem, and you're driving a 350Z at the Learner's Day, pretty much be
That'd be
prepared to like link the track by the end of the day.
Like Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan
As
did
long as
that.
your car is prepared.
Yeah.
Every time I get asked to go teach at the Learner's Day, I usually go. I never, like, if I don't go, it's because I wasn't asked and they already have plenty of drivers, or teachers. So,
Yeah, I I did the
I
last
just-
one.
It's just cool. It's
They-
rewarding to see people
They
learn.
try to swap the teachers too because it's different. Everyone teaches differently, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
people learn differently too.
And that I encourage that too. Like I'll drive with a guy for like half the day, and I'm like, okay, I taught you everything that I can teach you. Now get in the car, like have someone else get in the car, and they teach you what they knew. And everyone learns different, and everyone instructs different. So you may learn better from someone else,
Correct.
and someone may learn better from me. So it's not a one size fits all. Some people have different driving styles, and they learn things different. Where I'm more of a visual, other people are more audible learners. So. But it's good fun. I just
Other
think-
questions?
Go ahead.
Well, Arthur is like, can you weld? And then John Crimmins is, would any of you buy a car just to stance it?
I have actually Stan's cars before, but
You have one right now.
which one?
The G35.
The G is it's not that stance, but it is. But
It's
it's, on,
pretty- pretty low.
It's stance.
it's low, but it's on DS's and it actually has like 60 millimeters of travel, which most stance cars do not. So that's more than most stance cars.
Arthur, can I weld? Yes. Is it good? No.
The other,
Also, for Arthur, if you can weld and you're listening to this and you live in the Vero Beach, Palm Bay area, he needs a welder.
you're talking
You're
to
talking
the
to
same
him.
Author.
What?
You're
You're
talking.
talking to him.
You're talking to AJ.
I know.
Correct.
He's,
That's
he's
what I
saying
said.
for
Because
him.
I was for
He's trying
Arthur.
to find somebody
Yeah.
to weld.
Okay.
He was asking
I
if
thought
I
you were
can weld, and I'm saying everyone listening. I said if you're
I
listening.
thought- okay. Yeah, I
thought you were asking.
I thought you were
Arthur.
saying
If you can
I
weld.
thought you were saying Arthur. You need to talk to Arthur, aka yourself.
Well, technically, he is welding for himself. So.
All right. So another Arthur, quote unquote Chad.
Oh, geez.
Come take my plant sales manager jobs. He's always pissing me off.
Sign me up.
Noobmeister.
He is active.
When you guys have a free time to when do you guys have a free time to have a Assetto Corsa drifting stream, and do all of you have a sim?
Free
Dude, dude.
Free. I'll stop
I
you
pretty
at
much use
free
it.
time. Just like anything. Yeah. So free time. I actually played last night, and I told myself,
How do they know when you're on?
well, okay, so you can find me on the sim. Like my name is it's Matt the Ginge on Steam. You can add me. I don't think I even looked at Friend Request. I'm sorry, but yeah. And then also I play on either like the Lone Star stuff. Basically any of the main drifting lobbies, I'll be on, and my name just in that, unless you change it.
No, I don't.
It's
think-
just Matt the Ginge on there. So
It's one of
see
us.
me, please don't ram into me.
Probably can hit
That hard.
People have done that where they're just like and they just run into me.
8:59.
But yeah, it's like super fun. I'll try and do a stream. Maybe I don't know if I'll do it at YouTube. Maybe I'll do like a Twitch or something. If I do, I'll post something on like Instagram and Twitter. So just follow me on either one, and I'll do it. I wish I could almost live stream. On
Matt, you're
Instagram.
talking too much. Your
Oh,
time's up.
okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody's. I don't know. Again, hold on. I don't know how to end it.
Thanks for watching. See
Is
ya.
everybody dabbing?